Hey, it's Selah Social Studies.
Hey guys, welcome back to Selah Social Studies. Alright, so if you're following my video in succession on my webpage, you're going to see that now we're going to talk about a lesson that had to be learned about the travelers who traveled out west to fulfill manifest destiny, that God's will or obvious fate that we were going to settle to the Pacific Ocean. We covered the Oregon Trail. We covered the Santa Fe Trail. Why these people, these settlers, wanted to move out to the lands of Oregon and California and Utah and New Mexico. But now we're going to talk about a lesson that was learned, unfortunately the hard way, but it's something that we still know today, and it's a lesson that the name is actually out there in the pathway of the Oregon Trail to kind of keep a reminder of the travelers and the challenges that they faced. So as more and more settlers moved out west or traveled along the Oregon Trail, new shortcuts emerged, and other people wanted to strike out on their own for a different destination. So these shortcuts were very often in Wyoming. Unfortunately, many times the shortcuts were not shortcuts at all and pretty much meant certain doom for the pioneers taking that trail. One example that has stood the test of time was the Donner Party. Now, the Donner family left too late in the year and tried to take a shortcut to beat the harsh Sierra Nevada winter. Remember, this trail took 4 to 5 months to travel on, so you have to time your exit well. Too early, you might not have enough food. Too late, you might hit the winter, so you have to know when to leave. Now, the Donner Party needed to cross one last very large obstacle on their way out west, the Sierra Nevada mountains. Since they left too late, they were becoming dangerously close to the snowfall season in the mountains. The leader of the party, George Donner, got information that a handbook that showed a shortcut that would take 400 miles and 2 weeks off of his trip. So George Donner went down to the local trading post and picked up this map to go back and bring it back to his party to say, here, I found a shortcut. We're going to make it there sooner. Unknown to Donner, however, was the trail map was wrong. It actually added 100 miles to his trip. Donner took a smaller party from the group on his shortcut, hoping to get to California sooner than the rest of the Donner Party, or from the rest of the wagon train that Donner was leading. Now, Donner's wagon broke, and he had to stop and fix it. That night, it snowed, and the next morning, the Donner family was stuck in 5 feet of snow. Snow drifts down the mountains were measured at about 60 feet deep that year. After 3 weeks, they ran out of food. They began to eat twigs, charred bones, leaves, tree bark, and even dirt. The Donners were stranded for more than 5 months. They began to eat their dead. They resorted to cannibalism to survive. Out of the whole Donner Party, which consisted about 85 or to 87 people, only about 48 survived the winter. Today, this pass where the Donner family suffered their fate is called Donner Pass in their memory. So what is the lesson that we had to learn here? Well, I would say the lesson is don't take shortcuts. Especially Donner, the George Donner shortcut, right? So he brings this book back to his wagon trail. Half actually go and make it to California. His half, unfortunately, perishes. People do go back and they find the Donner Party stranded there. This is how they know that they resorted to cannibalism. So we wanted to make sure and tell the story of the Donner Party because of it is a part of our American history, and it is a lesson that we had to learn. I'll see you next time.